scanning the audience.
Have you ever been bitten by a mosquito? Aren't they just so annoying? You're outside trying to enjoy a summer's night, and you hear the buzzing constantly around your ears, and inevitably they bite you, they engorge themselves on your blood, and there's just no good thing that I can think of that comes from getting bitten by a mosquito. Well, imagine doing that for a living. If I had to choose the world's worst job, a Brazilian mosquito researcher would be on the top of my list. You know, everybody has had a terrible job or two, but voluntarily letting thousands of mosquitoes bite me, all in the name of science, is not a job I'd be paid to do. In Brazil, scientists researched the human biting habits of the Anopheles darlingi. Now, what is that, you say? That, in other words, is the mosquito. Now, the Anopheles darlingi is a major vector of the malaria disease in most parts of North, South, and Central America. In Brazil, the darlingi are found in the northern part of the Amazon basin. Brazil has the highest number of malaria deaths recorded, and deforestation of the Amazon basin is causing the human biting rates to rise. The darlingi have nowhere else to go. Now, these tricky little bloodsuckers don't fall for the normal trapping devices that scientists use in other locations such as Africa. They have to use themselves as bait. The scientists will butter their limbs, their arms, their legs, their chest, and sit inside a mosquito net with a small opening on the bottom that allows the mosquitoes to come in that are attracted to the butter. Now, when the mosquitoes are biting the scientists, they have to use a sucking device, like a straw, to suck the engorged mosquito through the straw and into a container that they can further research the mosquito. Occasionally, the researcher will come in contact with the malaria disease itself. You know, the scientist is subjected to about 3 hours of being bitten twice a week, and they can encounter over 3,000 bites at a time. Now, if you're like me, if I'm bitten by one mosquito, it immediately starts to itch and I start to swell. Bitten by 5 mosquitoes, I look like a pincushion. You know, I can't imagine doing that for a living. Now, when the scientist does become infected with malaria, there are certain symptoms such as fever, chills, vomiting that you have to look out for. And in severe cases of malaria, there can be neurological damage and cognitive impairs that are permanent. You know, after thousands of dollars spent in hospital bills and a 2 to 3 year recuperation time, still doesn't look like something I'd like to be paid to do. So, like most jobs, it does have a purpose, and it's important for researchers to gain the knowledge by studying these animals or insects, because it'll implement control measures if an epidemic were to ever break out, or, you know, it helps in the study of finding an antidote for the disease if you come in contact with it. But, like I've said, still wouldn't be a job you could pay me $1 million to do.